We're live. NashvilleLou Live, November 20th, 2022. Playing the game Blockchain Brawlers. The phenomenal new game from Tyranno Studios. I love this game. It is so much fun. Remarkably entertaining card/strategy game. Give you a quick look in my loadout section. I have Rusty Klutz available to me now. See, it says Rusty, as you might note. I deposited my Series 1 Legendary Ric Flair, the one that's like all red, everything. That's deposited in the game now, and so that's represented in the game by Rusty. Flair himself is not portrayed in the game. These are fictional characters here. But Flair, somebody I have as an exception. I got it at a really good price. I was really happy, so it's cool that I've got him. It's great to have him in the game, and so now I get to play as Rusty, who has the most entertaining spinning punch of anybody in this game. Let's check out the leaderboard. Quincy. Where you at, Quincy? Only a matter of time, Quincy. Beyond that, some solid names in here. I mean, you talk about like Bedrock's early people, even before I got in. I've done a lot of research on this, but I wasn't as in as early as a lot of these people were. Some really good players in there. Only Abrak, Pop and I thought, for me at least, my personal match of the year to date in this game the other day. 14 rounds, absolute thrill. It could have even gone longer, but it didn't. Boat, who I had 3 great games with. I got a VOD right now. I was delayed on getting this live stream started because I was the same computer I used to stream with, I also used for my video. And I guess it was just shortcut, overwhelmed at the notion of having to process 2 different teabags that happened in my match. I think it was against LouFan. It was just too much for it to handle. It took a while to get it processed, but it's done. And so now it's on another computer getting uploaded to YouTube, which who knows how long that's going to take. But that's the nice thing, multitasking. My many computers here. That's the life of an independent contractor. Small business owner. 1,000 different directions. Anyway. Some of this is still getting worked out here. This is all brand new. Anyway, I didn't really want to show off the leaderboard as much as a lot of this is still in the process of getting set up. The important thing, though, is that the game is phenomenally fun to play. I've got some big plans coming up with Tyranno Studios on their channel, on their on their Twitch channel, and I really appreciate this. There's some great people in that organization and people that are involved in development with Tyranno, not just with Blockchain Brawlers, but other things. Stuff I don't know about, other than I know because I see things like, I had the idea like live streaming this on Twitch. I had no idea they had plans for it until very recently, and I was overwhelmingly happy to hear that. It was like when I heard Mike mention, I think it was in the town hall when I heard him mention esports. I'm like, yes. What I see as a possibility they have is a design idea. And when I see that, I'm thinking, this is going to work. For me, as long as there's enough people going in room 2 where I can consistently play, I'm going to be happy. Anything after that, on top of that, is above and beyond. It makes for remarkable content. It takes me twice as long to edit this as it does to edit anything else because I get drawn into matches I just played 2 hours before. And it's not like I'm drawn into the sound of my own voice. I've been in broadcasting for 27 years. You get over yourself after a while, or at least most people do. But it's just I forget what happened in a given round. Like, oh, it's like I'm cheering for myself and something that already happened that I know I can't alter. And yet it's like a New Japan match with a young lion getting a 2.9 count. You know it's not going to be a pinfall. And yet in the moment you can get drawn in with that suspension of disbelief. And that's part of the power of the magic, really, of pro wrestling. And as much as pro wrestling is really ancillary to the actual game itself, I mean, the fact that this is in there and this is like an area of expertise for me I mean, you couldn't have created anything better as far as being right in my wheelhouse. Even better than that, less talking, more playing. Here we go. A lot of stuff going on today. NFL, World Cup, what the rest of the world calls football. I don't know why we have to be different in the U.S. But I tell you, finally, as far as with soccer, people have come around. When I said calling matches for Nashville SC U23 in 2017 about my hometown being ready for professional soccer in a major way. And my goodness, did they deliver. What a cool thing to get to be a tiny part of and to see continue to grow and thrive in my hometown. And so that's really cool. Anyway, the plan as for now, I don't have exact details yet, but the plan is for it to be Wednesday nights, likely to be sometime after 9 p.m. Nashville time, which is Central time. I just say Nashville time is easier that way. It fits the brand. We got to deal with time zones like everybody does for years, but especially working in television. And then, of course, everybody that is a serious sports fan who lives in the Central Time Zone knows Central Time Zone sports paranoia is a real thing, and rightly so. Sometimes they'll tell you 7:05 start time, and here we go, against a mystery opponent. But it'll tell you 7:05 start time, and you're not sure if it's Eastern or Central. Like, does this app, am I logged in so it knows my preference is Central or not? Because it doesn't always tell you. All right, so against a mystery opponent. 6-7. Start strong. Your setup and your slam. Cards number 1 through 8. So against a 2, you anticipate that's going to be a fold. Maybe they'd come in for a bet of 1. If you fold in Blockchain Brawlers, it's a bet of 3. So I'm going to win this first round here, deliver 3 points of damage. But if my opponent had folded there, they would have had a 4th card slot open up for their next hand. What happens when you fold the Blockchain Brawlers? It's part of the balance of this game. It's absolute genius, this game. I love it. It's so much fun to play. 25-22, 6-3. A flex. A flex, your first card stronger than your second card. Generally, you do this, you want to run off your opponent. I want the 3 to fold. Fold against me here, so I want to win with a 6-3. The catch, though, is that a non-flexing hand always beats a flexing hand. So if that's not a flex, I want that to be a fold. If that's not a fold and they call me, that could be 3-3, 3-4, and it could be. Here's the call. 3-5. So that resets my power meter to 1. It's just a 1 point of damage delivered. Winning with a 3 play in the round's a big part of it. As far as the switch with the momentum, power meter goes to 4 for my opponent, the unnamed opponent, round 3. We're tied at 22. 7-8. I'm hoping to have something halfway strong where I can get them to come in for a bet of 1. Oh, against a 1, that's probably going to be well, I don't know. They haven't played conventionally. Oh, let's see. Thinking of fold, they've been going in there. They're not laying back with these the aggressive play. You have to. Part of why I love this game is you play your opponent in many ways. You see how they're operating and you adjust accordingly. 1-8. So I beat that. Power meter gets a reset for my opponent. Only the 2 points of damage from the bet of 2 there. But the important part for me was resetting that meter. 4-4. Doing this on a 90-second delay. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. 60 seconds wasn't enough when we tried that before. Gertie and I, we had some test matches. And I think if we just played it standard, it would have been enough. But I talked about my hand because I do play-by-play because that's what I've done for 27 years. 5-8. So that was the right move by me to lay down the pair of 4s. Certainly would have lost as far as the total points there. Only the 1 point of damage delivered by my unnamed opponent. Power meter moves to 2. I lead 21-20. Power meter for me at 2. 7-3. I want to flex here. If this is a successful flex, I'm just going to double the output from my power meter for the round. Against a 1, I'm hoping that's a fold. They've been playing very aggressively, though, so I don't know. Bet of 3. They have that power meter. It's higher. Uh-oh. This is not good. You never want to get called when you're flexing by a 1. Because a non-flexing hand, this is going to be a loss for me here for this round. See, 1-8. Look at that. Wham. 6 points of damage. Plus, they win with a 1 played. Power meter moves to 5 for my unnamed opponent. 20-15. I have 4 cards. They have 3. With a pair of 2s likely to fold here. Against a 3. Goodness, I hate to fold against a 3, but this happens sometimes. That's what I get for not playing the 4 there. Calculated risks. Fold. There's a bet of 3 by my unnamed opponent. If I had gone in on that, would have been for the match instead. That 3-7 is 5 points of damage, but again, a win with a 3 there played that round. Boosted up to 8. Gotta hope the 8 and 8's gonna seem like a desperation play. They're gonna come in. They've played very aggressively. I'm digging the in-game music. I've, to this point, not used the music for inside the game because I wasn't sure about some of the clearance stuff. Okay, against the 3. I just want to reset that meter. Bet a 1. Gotta watch the clock. Bet a 3. So this is gonna reset the power meter for my opponent. It's just gonna be the 1 point of damage delivered. That 8's gonna get reset. 3-5, not enough. Seven and 7. Let's see if they're going to keep it up with the aggressive play. I'm curious now if they're going to fold it all. A 3. We'll go with a bet of 3. The power meter's at 1, so I really want to see what they're going to do here. Will they fold? There's a bet of 1, so they can either call my bet of 3 or they can fold. They have not folded yet. Bet of 3. So that's going to be 6 damage points going their way. This is wild. 3-8. But it's not enough because 7 and 7 adds up to 14. 3 and 8 adds up to 11. 6 points of damage delivered. It's 11 to 10. A lead for the unnamed opponent. My power meter moves to 3. 6-7. Gonna play tight now against somebody who's not gonna be folding or has shown a complete disinclination to the point of recklessness. Against a 3, let's see if they come in on this bet of 3 here. They'll be down to 2 health points. So bet of 1 by my unnamed opponent. Bet of 3. I was making sure I had the right category listed on my OBS studio. So flipping off the crowd, saying hello to everyone. Pleasantries. 3-6 loses to a 6-7. 9 points of damage delivered. 2 health points left for my unnamed opponent. I lead 10 to 2. One. Of course, against the 2. Out. So I'm going to fold. They'll put me at 6 cards for the next round. Again, I'm in a position of power here. 2-4. Not every day you'll lose to a 2-4 in this particular circumstance, but better than having kept my 1-1 in there, to say. 1 point of damage, unnamed opponent. Cuts my lead to 9 to 2. 5-6. If this isn't good enough, I can fold. And because I'm now at 6 cards in my hand, I can, well, that's the match. Actually, never mind any of that. I had to process for a second the fact I was looking at a 2 opposite me there. And that's going to be it. There's nothing they can do. If that's an 8, it's not enough, and that's it. What a weird match. Scene missing. I had the finisher for Rusty set as the spear. Now, I have a lot of different moves and a lot of different finishers, but I don't have a lot of the epic finishers. Yet. So good game, unnamed opponent. Let's check the leaderboards for the very latest in the matchmaking ranks. Hey. Rising up the charts to number 12. All right. That's the real Nemo, by the way. There's the imposter right beneath. Mirror match. Undertaker versus Undertaker like it's SummerSlam 94. See, here's the thing with these wrestling references. I don't know how many people, especially in the Discord community, actually know any of this with wrestling. So it's weird to me. I mean, I'm going to talk about AEW Dynamite on Wednesday nights for my live stream because that's the show I will have just watched going into it. But in general, I'm more about talking about the game than about wrestling. But it's interesting to me because I don't even know, like, I can come up with some obscure stuff. You're going to have to work long and hard to out-obscure me in pro wrestling. So for this game to have that, it's like just the accompaniment. Like, if this were boxing, I wouldn't have any special insight. But pro wrestling, of course, the thing that I know really well. Sometimes in life, things work out. Let's see, I'm going to switch out the 8 here. This is all aesthetics, it should be noted. I've got some really cool cards. And, as nice as they look, and, maybe get the distracted opponent that hasn't seen many of the foil cards before, open it up like it's the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. But I think if you have too much foil in there, it almost gets distracting for the viewer. I was watching some of that back, putting the VOD together, the VOD from my live to tape recordings yesterday. During American football season, it's tough for me on the weekends to find time. All right. I've got the Blockchain Brawlers Discord pulled up. Generally, Discord is not a place that I would spend a lot of time if I didn't have to. But there's a really cool community of people in the Blockchain Brawlers Discord community. Like, it's almost like you have like 200 lobbyists working on your behalf at all times in the lobby area. They're keeping track of everything. It's like when I bought that legendary Ric Flair that I brought into the game, which unlocked the Rusty character here. I did so knowing that, okay, people that own these Season 1 Legos, as they're called, have a voice. And the nice thing with this game is that Mike, the GM of the studio, and everybody there that I've interacted with, they actually listen. It's not like a lot of times where video game makers will pretend to listen and then just give you what they're going to anyway. I mean, look, I worked in television for a long time. I know how the game works. It's, don't play me for a rube with that, right? But in this case, they actually do listen, and it makes it for the better with the game. And it's really cool. They've got a really, really special thing here with this. I really think so. Even if it doesn't catch on like I think it will, even if it's just a marginal success, as long as there's people to play, I want to have fun doing it. It's great. Anyway, let's talk more play, right? All right, taking on Fandango. I've had some matches against Fandango before, but not in a few days. Open with a 4-4. Blockchain Brawlers, NashvilleLou live. Lou Pickney with you on a Sunday morning Nashville time. 4-4 against a 1. That would lose to a 1-8. A 1-7 would be a push. We'll go with bet of 1. Gotta watch the clock. There's a fold. So Fandango folds. Fandango will have 4 cards for the next round by reason of the fold. This is part of the motivation, part of the balance of this game. 4 cards for Fandango, 3 for me. Round 2. $7-3. Let's flex. Bet of 3 against a 6. Bet of 1 by Fandango. Bet of 3. I could be in trouble here if that's not a flex. It's a flex. Wow. So my 7-3 beats the 6-3 of Fandango. 6 damage the hard way there. The 10 being the 9 combined points. 25-18 I lead. Power meter for me is at 5. And look at that. 7-8. Against a 7, it'll be a push at worst. For me, I go bet of 3. Even if it's a push, that would reset my meter. They'd be down to 3 health points. It's a fold. So 5 points of damage delivered is going to drop Fandango to 13 health points. A good laydown there. It's not always easy to lay down against the same number, but That's going to be a Fandango 5 cards now for this next round. I lead 25-13. Pair of 2s. Send that to the dustbin. Just an 8. That may actually be a legit pair of 8s there. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm digging the in-game music with the actual music for in the game. It was an 8-3, a well-timed flex by Fandango. Well, it's just the 2 points of damage, but it's winning with a 3 plate in the round is going to boost the meter, the power meter up to 4 for Fandango. Mine remains at 6 because of the fold. Ooh, yes. We'll go 7-8 against a 7. If Fandango calls it, that's the match. I win. Bet a 1 by Fandango. Remember, 8's the highest card number you can get, and that's going to do it. That's the match. I'm going to win right here. Even if Fandango had 7-8, it wasn't going to matter. That's it. I guess I'm doing the stare down. It's like that Fujita match from Noah from early in the pandemic with I think it was him and was it Go Shiozaki that stood across from each other for like 35 minutes, making the best of a really bad situation. All right, good game. It's hard fought. In case you're wanting the latest standings on the NashvilleLou ticker, I like to try and take notes as I go along, although this really helps as far as that goes, because if I go to the effort of putting this into a video, I want to create time codes and places where people that might want to actually see their matches from the other side, how I played. Because look, I decided a long time ago with this game, I'm not going to try and hide, because your strategy constantly has to shift to adjust for your opponent. Anyway, I'm just going to make a note of this. Not that it really matters to. Well, let's. I don't want to. I'm putting mystery for mystery player before. Make sure I remember that's an actual just no name there. Maybe I'll put underscore. I think that's actually a better way to do it. Not that you can see any of this. Sorry if this is not the most riveting thing, but just a little bit of housekeeping go a long way. All right, so a win over the mystery opponent. And it was a good game against Fandango. We may play again here in a minute. Let's see. I found yesterday, this time of day, early, or maybe just a little bit later even, in the morning, U.S. time, especially Nashville time, Central time, but Eastern as well, Eastern time zone. There were a lot more people playing than I anticipated as far as being able to find a consistent group of people to play here in ranked match mode. Blockchain Brawlers, NashvilleLou live. Lou Pickney with you on a Sunday. But there were some points when this game was under development where the music wasn't part of it as far as what loaded up, which was in part why I just stuck with the Creative Commons music clearances I already had, knowing that for sure that was going to work and be okay. Because the music bed really does add a lot to it. As far as just, I don't know, it adds to the mood. It doesn't seem to distract. I mean, it's like music in Fire Pro Wrestling world. Man, how many thousands of matches of those have I seen? And I'm not exaggerating either. Look online. They're all there. Or a lot of them are. There are a lot. They entertain me. What can I say? Anyway, they entertain me in a small audience. This content from Blockchain Brawlers, I've already seen it. There is interest out there for this game. I'm hoping that people will see it. People, whether it's my videos or anybody else's, and really, the more content that can be out there in other languages, the better. Because you really only have to watch a few matches with somebody explaining what they're doing and why for you to get it. Once you understand flexing, the power of the 1 and the 3, the power meter, and how much everything in that game relies around that. If you can get those basics down, then it's fun to jump in and start playing. And I'm not sure exactly when this is going to roll out, but I know that there are plans to have free to try packs to be given away. I'm going to help with that as much as possible. And that's in particular with a show I'm going to do for Wednesday nights on Tyranno Studios Twitch channel. And again, I greatly appreciate them giving me this opportunity to host a show. I mean, they've seen my videos. They've heard what I said. Look, when I'm passionate about something, I can be convincing. When I truly believe in something, I can be convincing. And that's the case here. It's a really fun game. It's one of the most, I mean, you know, when I was younger, games a lot more would resonate with me. It seemed the fun factor, and it would last longer. And maybe it's just a matter of getting older, but games that I've come across now, it's just not the same. This is different. This is like exponentially beyond when the normal diminishing returns start to kick in as far as fun factor goes. And I don't know if it's just the pacing. It has to be something to do with that, the human element of it. Things that make me think of great game shows that I love from the 1980s, especially Press Your Luck. Completely that tombstone popping up on the chokeslam finisher that we got to have there for the that one, the build prior to this one, with the Living Dead swag. What I have in mind, I think a lot of what I'm going to do for the live streams, and I'm going to try and do as many different, because my schedule sometimes puts me in odd positions as far as your usual time goes with people in the United States. But you have to understand, I worked for years and years producing morning newscasts. I was working the overnights, 11 p.m. And as a sprint, you don't get a lunch break. You don't want a lunch break. You could never. You could never. At doing overnights, no way. No way. Anyway, there are advantages. Like late night, I'm not getting phone calls or texts or emails that I need to look at urgently, so I can code for an hour and get locked in and say, okay, I need to knock this, maybe kind of, burn some or whatever. And here we go, Fandango. But the Wednesday night shows me pretty strong as far as that slot being it. And I know that's not going to work for everybody's schedule, so I want to play as many different people as possible. Oh, let's go 5-8. I was thinking about the 3. We'll open 5-8, real strong. Against a 6. This would lose to 6-8. Be a push against anything else. We'll go with a bet of 3. We'll see what Fandango has here, matching with a 6. Could be a fold. Bet of 3. So we both bet 3. That's 6-8. Fandango, and it is 6-8. Fandango wins round 1. 3 points of damage delivered to me. Fandango's power meter moves to 2. Mine stays at 1 here in round 2. 25-22. 5-3. It's risky-ish, but if that's like a 3 or a 2 there, then maybe they're gonna lay it down against that 6. Nah, gonna fold. Now, if that's a flex by Fandango, that's gonna be quite the shot. Nope, 6-8. In particular, when I say flex, particularly thinking flex of a 6-3, 6-1. That sort of thing because of the power meter boost. Nevertheless, 25-20 the lead. Power meter at 3 for Fandango. 5-8. Against a 1. I anticipate a fold. Go with a bet of 1 here. See if maybe Fandango comes in on it. Nope, that's a fold, just as I expected. So 1 point of damage with a slap. Fandango's lead is cut to 24-20 here in round 4. 2-2 for the setup and the slam. Against a 5, I'm going to fold. Again, when you fold in Blockchain Brawlers, you get that extra card in your hand for that next round. 4 cards this round, 5 cards an extra. Oh, I forget about having to hit the stuff for the taunts. 5-7. 3 points of damage delivered by Fandango. Fandango's power meter moves to 4. 24-17. Fandango leads 6-6. It's be a good time to flex, but I don't have a 3 or a 1 to really make it worth my while. Against a 1, that's why I would have a flex here, because that's almost for sure going to be a fold by Fandango. Maybe not. No, that's the opposite. Fandango thinks this is me going for like the 6-3, but that's not the case. Fandango folds, and that power meter differential was enough. That's not that surprising. So 2 points of damage delivered. Power meter for me moves to 3. We get around 6, 22 to 17. Fandango with 5 cards leads me. I've got 5 cards as well, 6-8. Maybe. I want to get that power meter reset for Fandango. 5. Bet a 1. You're going to come in for it, buddy. Yep. So that's going to reset Fandango's power meter. 3 points of damage delivered. 5 and 8 loses to 6 and 8. But again, that 3 points of damage delivered, not nearly as important as that power meter getting reset to 1 for Fandango. Round 7. I trail 19 to 17. But I can go 7-8. Against a 5, I've got it for sure. Let's go with a bet of 3 and see if Fandango will come in on it. That'd be 12 points of damage. If I get called, that's a fold. Fandango gets 6 cards for the next round, so I'm expecting that, and that's what happened. So 7-8, 4 points of damage delivered. I've taken the lead 17 to 15, but now 6 cards. Remember, discarding becomes an option now with folding for Fandango. 6-7. Here in round 8. I'm digging the in-game music. 6-7. Against a 5. A push would be a 3. That would be the match, though, because I'd be sending 15 points of damage their way. That's a fold. Fandango realizes that. So my lead expands 17 to 10. 5 cards for me, 6 cards for Fandango. 5-7. Against a 6. Gonna fold. I really like this song in particular. It's a bet of 2 by Fandango. 6 and 6. If I had gone with that bet of 2, it would have been a push, and I would have won the match, but that's not what happened. Instead, it's 16 to 10. Now here I am with a 7-8. But again, 6 cards for Fandango. I have to be aware that an 8 might be the first card here. It's a 5. Bet at 2. Fandango calls. That's the match. I'm guessing that's a fold, and that Fandango is unloading some cards right now at 5 against my 7. Yep, that's what happened. Down to 4 health points for Fandango going into round 11. 16 to 4 is my lead. Power meter for me is at 7, but at this point that's less important. 4 and 4. I'm doing this intentionally because I'm going to keep that 8 for the next round. This is a 4 and 4 to be thrown away. Against a 5, makes the decision that was already made even easier to go through with. You got to be fast. At this card, there's not any extra time for you. I saved the 8. Pull the rest. And again, it'd be cards numbered 1 through 8 coming my way. The 4 and 4 fold against the 5 and 6 was the right move, so it'll be 2 points of damage coming my way. Power meter for Fandango moves to 3 as we go to round 12. 14 to 4, I lead. All right, that's the match. I got it right here. Once you got the pair of 8s and a power meter that's above, and 1 would be above the health points of your opponent, unless you take too long talking like I've sometimes known to do. Locking in at 3, confirm, and it's goodbye and good night for this match. Fandango was in a tough spot, had to call. If only real fighting was that easy. All right. Good game, Fandango. That was a battle. anyone wants to see what cards I have, let's go through. And I do this not to like show off or whatever. I mean, some of these cards I have in numbers are just listed for sale on the market, so they're not in the game at the moment. But despite having these cool looking cards here, it doesn't give me, you'll notice with these matches, I don't have any sort of tactical advantage because I've got a foil that I play, because it's a rare, because it's an epic, anything like that. It's much like with skins in League of Legends and Misfortune. I'm not much for multiplayer games. Motion sickness has gotten worse for me to the point where even League of Legends is kind of tough for me to play. Even with like a wristband, it's like if I have to take Dramamine to play your game, it's not going to happen anymore. I don't care how good it is, unless it's, well, that's not going to happen. So with this game, it's quite nice not to have to worry about that. It's even more so like with Fortnite. Now, I like that it's not having to team with people, because it's inevitably on League of Legends, the people I got teamed up with, oh my goodness. People who would never, ever say these things to me in real life in person. Not that I'm some sort of intimidating person, but it just doesn't happen, you know. And you go in there and it's just like, come on. It annoys me more than it probably should, but it's just because I refuse to deal with that stuff. Anyway. I bring that up not to talk about my gripes with these games, but to show you. Again, I could put the 4 in there, but if you get a lot going on with the foil, it can get a little bit, I mean, not confusing, but just in the moment I found it's a little easier to only have a couple that stand out a bit more. I like to have like a real wimpy one for the 1. A foil actually would look good there as well, but I don't have any foils in 1. It doesn't matter if it's common or foil or an epic. Same with the taunts, the moves. It's not like I deliver more moves because I use nutmeg and it's a low blow and then I throw a crotch chop. It's because that really entertains me. People who clearly know things about pro wrestling and what pro wrestling fans like and can relate to, and that tie to things and people from the past. Wrestling fans notice that stuff to a minute level sometimes. In this game, because you're using a lot of fictional characters, you can get, you can have as zany as it wants. It's not non-canon or whatever. It's not like, well, if you go back to Mid-Atlantic back then, there's precedent, blah, blah, blah. No, it's for fun. That's the thing. The pro wrestling side, it's just a remarkable coincidence that that's something that I've studied for so long. As much as that might be a waste of my time in some ways, in others, it fascinates me, because learning about pro wrestling and reading the Wrestling Observer newsletter when I was in high school in 1993, 1994, and early 95, that prepared me so much for the television business. I'm not kidding either. It was remarkable. So, anyway. Not to disparage pro wrestling as much as it's going to be disparaged one way or another. It's a great thing to have here for the fun factor and these zany characters. And the thing is, you can't have too many different character models in there at once with the different animations. I know it takes a lot of time and effort to do to make it look right. I mean, they got like the physics down with this game. Like when guys are taking bumps, they're wearing the Living Dead swag and the chains bouncing around. Most pro wrestling games fail at that miserably. And I know Mike, guy in the GM of the game, or the studio, he worked at THQ. So as soon as I heard him mention that, I was like, okay, that guy knows the score, he knows what's up, and he knows wrestling fans already, so he knows what he's getting into with this game. And so it's been cool to find these things out along the way, just as I've researched the game development and try to get it all figured out. Anyway, I keep saying I'm going to say less talking and more playing, and then here I go on a sidebar, but I've just edited a bunch of stuff for VOD going up soon on YouTube. NashvilleLou PvP It's like the at sign, you know, like Twitter, whatever. At NashvilleLou PvP. Here I am taking on Fandango again. One with 6-8. I'm already thinking ahead if I want to flex it round 2. What's my favorite opening card of the 3.5? Against a 7, that would lose to 7-8. 7-7 would be a push. If you're going to be aggressive and be bold in this game, I keep saying it over and over because it's true. Do it early. Bet a 3 by Fandango is a flex, so 6-8 beats the flex. The non-flexing hand always beating a flexing hand. 3 points of damage delivered. Power meter for me moves to 2 for winning the round. We go to round 2, and I'm up by 3. 7-7. Against a 6. That would be a push at worst. We'll go with a bet of 3. So bet of 1 by Fandango. Again, my bet was 3, so it's either it gets called, and it does get called. The other choice was a fold. It was 6-8, so it is a push. It will reset. Okay, it already went ahead and reset my meter. Like, what happened? Yeah. So it's just from 2 to 1, though, so nothing earth-shattering. Power meters for both of us are at 1. Fandango trails me by 6. 22 to 16 is my lead. Pair of 1s I'm going to fold in all likelihood. I mean, it's a 4. It could be a lot of things, but if that's not a flex, it's trouble. I'm not going to press it here. I'm going to fold, get that 4th card in my hand, beginning with the next round. 4 and 4 is right to fold. Just 1 point of damage, though, and it's just going to be a boost of 1 to the power meter for Fandango. Round 4. Let's go 4-5. I'm not quite sure what to expect here from Fandango. 3 cards over there. An 8. I wonder, do you think that's 8 and 8? Like, I'll dive in to find out. Bet of 2. Lay it down. We'll find out. That's flex, then. Good job with the betting, making me think. Wasn't. Pair of 8s. Okay. My thought there was Fandango would get some mileage out of it, but not too much. Not scare me off by betting 3. I think that particular element, what you just saw right there, is the magic, the secret with this game that really makes it where, with the fun factor almost like sus, I'm like, okay, what's going on? This is, normally my interest in this stuff fades many times before. Almost missed a confirm. All right, against a 7-7-8 would beat me here. They've got the power meter to protect. I'll go bet a 3, because otherwise, I mean, 7-7 would be a push. You know what? Actually, let's go the other way with it. We'll bet 1. Bet a 1. What do you got? 7-1, it was a flex. That power meter gets reset for Fandango. I delivered just a 1 point of damage, but it's resetting the power meter. That was my priority, and that was successful. 19 to 15. 6-3, flex. Against a 5. I want Fandango to fold here. Fandango's not been big on folding, though. A fold. So the flex works out for me timing-wise. 4 points of damage delivered. Fandango down to 11 health points. I lead 19 to 11. Fandango will have 4 cards for the next round. I'm going to have 5. Pair of 2s that I'll fold in all likelihood. We'll see. I mean, against a 2. Yep. It could be a double fold. You see that sometimes when both sides have a 2, especially at this point in the match. No, it's a bet of 3. With a 2-3. Good timing with that. Definitely the right move to fold that against that. Winning with a 3 played in the round. It's the power meter to 4 for Fandango. I'm at 6 cards now. 7-8. Power meter's at 5. It's a 1 for Fandango. I anticipate that being a fold. I would love to reset the power meter. I know I've got the lead right now, but things can change in a hurry. It's a fold by Fandango. Not surprising, the 1 against the 7 there. 5 points of damage. 6 health points remain for Fandango. I lead 18 to 6. Going into round 9. Power meter for me. Moves to 6. I'll go 6 and 6 here. If that's not going to be good enough, I'll fold because I have 6 cards and I can discard everything. Against the 7, that's what I'm talking about. Fold, confirm. You got to move fast when you're folding at this point of the match. Watch the clock. Pair of 6s get folded against the 7. There's a bet of 2 by Fandango. 7-8. Right move to fold. 4 points of damage delivered by Fandango. Cuts my lead to 14-6. Fandango's power meter moves to 5. Mine's still at 6. So not the best as far as the cards coming in. 5 and 5. It's the 6. Fold. Power meter's at 5. That's a flex. That would get me down low to 4 points as far as my health points go. I had to just shut up there for a second, get it done. Then I'll talk to you about blood points or whatever. 6 and 7. Right move to fold. Sturdy hand there from Fandango. 9-6. 5 and 6. I gotta be careful here. That's a flex. That's the match. Chance it. No. There. That's part of the game itself, trying to beat the clock with these discards. That's the match. Okay, that was a flex then. They're not showing the slam cards still. I get that fixed, but that's what it means. That happens there. I knew it was going to be a possibility when I folded, so I shouldn't have folded. Good game, Fandango. Fandango victorious. Rewards, loser. All right, I'm going to take just a quick break. Be right back. This is NashvilleLou Live playing Blockchain Brawlers. Back in a moment. All right, back from break. Lou Pickney with you here, NashvilleLou Live. Playing Blockchain Brawlers. BCB-010. Let's dive into chat. There's the bell. I guess I can pin that here now. Add a little deal where pin this message. We'll give it a minute here. Sometimes you have to wait just a minute for it to connect, and then sometimes it's just not meant to be. Okay. We're live, pal. This is live to tape, a little bit different. I can cut out the 10 minutes of boring parts to get the matches together. I feel like it's a constant battle for me to try and find the right spot to place my microphone in my headset. My headset, I don't think I've used it as much as it looks like I have, the way it started almost like fray from the earphone parts. I mean, they're headphones. I guess they're all part of the earphones. But, you know, whatever that material is over the listening part, it seems to be fraying away, and it surprises me. I don't want to mention the microphone. I don't want to defame anybody or have any confusion, but this had good reviews on Amazon. With tech, I know good tech can be great. Bad tech can ruin a broadcast. Just ruin it. I just wanted to sound good where it's not going to be over-modulated and popping my P's half the time, or there's no reason for it to be like that, especially with what you can do in OBS Studio with filters. Hey, top 10 for now. I hope there aren't any embarrassing names in here I'll regret pulling up on live. You know what? Let's go here. It might be a bit different now that there was somebody there who had the name Small Penis Mike. Well, that's going to be one to do play-by-play for. But that name got changed. Tyranno Studios was formerly known as Wax Studios. They have other games in development, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they have planned long term as far as cross promotion. It's an interesting spot for me because I don't work for them there. I love this game and I love streaming it. And I'm grateful beyond belief they're giving me this opportunity to stream on their Twitch channel, this brand new Twitch channel I got coming. Here comes Nichols. Well, here we go. Here we go. This should be interesting. We've had some matches, but I think it's been a while. Always seeing that name up there in the leaderboards. Let's see. Like 8 and 8 out of the gate. Like a 3 to throw away or something here with like a 5. A likely fold. Let's look at with a bet of 1 here to see if maybe I can prevent Nichols from folding. We'll bet a 3. Okay, so that'll be 3 cards for both of us for the next round. 3 points of damage delivered for me. Power meter frame moves to 2. The 8 and 8 beating the 5 and 5. Although a lot of times in round 1 you're going to get somebody with an 8 that's flexing there in round 1. Which is part of why I actually like to do it there, although it seems like it's minimal as far as the damage you can deliver. A lot of times people guess wrong on that, I found. Pair of 2s. Against a 3. I hate folding against a 3. But sometimes you don't get a choice. Gonna fold the 2s, so I'll have 4 cards in my hand for the next round. The 3 is gonna be tough. That's a big boost to the power meter. 3-7. Solid hand there by Nichols. That's gonna be Just the 1 point of damage, but winning with a 3 boost that power meter up to 4. Mine stays at 2. Nice time for a flex. Now that Nichols has a power meter to protect. A 5. Hope I can get Nichols to fold here with a big bet of 3. Uh-oh. If that's not a flex by Nichols, I'm in serious trouble. Not a flex. $12 points of damage, 22 to 6. Excuse me, not 16. 22 to 12. The lead now for Nichols. Power meter for Nichols is at 5. Mine at 1. 7-3. Flex again. Gotta get that power meter going. Against the 5. Fold. Lay down. Thank you. So that's going to be just the 2 points of power, from the power meter at 1. 2 points of damage delivered off the flex. Winning with a 3 played in the round again is the primary thing that boosts my power meter up to 4. So I trail, but it's not over, although this is not going to help me here with a pair of 1s I'm just going to throw away. 20 to 12 is the score. Nichols with a power meter of 5. Just a 4. There's no doubt about it. It's a fold. Both of us folded. Interesting. What if I would have stuck around with a pair of 1s? Oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. What could have been? See, my primary goal right now is to get Nichols to come in on this 8 and 8 here. Have something high here. Plays good. 7. Just come in for a bet of 1. I just want to reset that meter. I'm not looking to trap you on a bet of 3. Maybe you'll lead me up there. Right? There we go. Sometimes I'll lead you right up there. I will gladly take that. It's going to send 12 points of damage Nichols' way. It's going to reset. More importantly, it resets Nichols' meter to 1. The power meter is getting reset. My health points at 12. That's not a minor thing. Wham. 12 points of damage. Power meter resets to 1. Mine moves to 5. What a time there for that pair of 8s. 12 to 8. But as long as you've got 1 point of health in this game, you're not out of it. So you cannot get cocky, complacent, or otherwise flippant or arrogant about it, because you're going to end up looking bad sooner than later, in all likelihood. Pair of 6s, so it was the right move to fold. Just 1 point of damage delivered by Nichols. Nichols' power meter moves to 2. Mine stays at 5 off of the fold. And I lead 11 to 8. And hey, 8 and 8 again. 5 cards for Nichols. This could be a time Nichols wants to fold and get to 6 cards. Let's see. Bet of 2. If I get called here, that's the match I win. That's the match I win. It was a bet of 3, as long as I can click it in time. Should be able to do that. The 8's going to beat whatever Nichols has paired with a 5, which I probably won't say is a 5-1. It doesn't matter. And again, the Jedi mind tricks. I'm the wily veteran in here. I'm sure there are people who are older than me that play in this game, but that was back and forth. A good battle against a good opponent. Good game, Nichols. All right. I'm sticking with Rusty. So at the moment, as to the last update with the matchmaking rank, there I am at number 8. Quincy. Where you at, Quincy? They keep fighting those ghost ships, Quincy. It's only a matter of time. Beyond that, though, Only Abrek, solid player. Papa, great player. Boat, tremendous. Jimmy Z, best promo in the biz right now. Jimmy Mouth, I'm not sure if that's like somebody else's. I'm not sure who some of these names are. There are people in the community known to have used some aliases or just a bunch of numbers like what Butte did the other day. I mean, to me, it's part of it. Look, if you're playing and, taking on anybody, even if it's not going to tell you who they are, I really wish it would tell you at least like an identifying number, just so Because if I'm playing 4 opponents in a row and they don't have a name listed, I'm not sure if it's the same person or if it's 4 different people or something in between. And that matters because somebody who knows my tendencies from before might be playing thinking of those. That's the time you want to switch it up. But can you switch it up if you don't know if the person actually saw your last game or not? And so it's a different kind of thing, but I think that's going to get worked out. That's a minor thing as far as this game goes. Quincy. Back to room 2. Again, it's not this upcoming Wednesday. That's for the rest of the world, like whatever. But for the United States, this upcoming Wednesday is the busiest travel day of the entire year. It's the day before American Thanksgiving. On that day, 23 years ago, the day before Thanksgiving, I was working at News 25, WEHT in Evansville, Indiana, or just across the river, the station that I was at in Henderson, Kentucky, but same market. And I had an interview at WSAZ in Huntington, West Virginia on the busiest travel day of the year. On like no sleep after producing the morning show or associate producing or whatever it was that day that I was doing. Getting on an airplane, going from Evansville to Pittsburgh International to Huntington, showing up, meeting a lot of really cool people, but you're meeting them quickly and, they're trying to get a feel for you and vice versa. They're about to expand their morning show. There I was 6 months out of school, if even that, at that point out of college. And it just happened the station I was at had just expanded its morning show. In 1999, that was the start of when a lot of television stations in the United States started to expand their morning news product. And it was a good thing, bad thing, because I was typecast, but that was where my area of expertise was. I didn't get into that business for fluff morning show stuff, but you go where the opportunities are. And there was a lot of hard news. I wouldn't have had it any other way. But there's not any sports, and that's like right down my alley. And I've had some great opportunities with that through the years in my TV career. Like even in Tampa, in 2001, I got to field produce the Tampa Bay Bucks post-game show we did live on Channel 10, WTSP TV. Fake Nemo. When I beat a good player, it's a matter of respect. I'm like, yes, I heard stuff. This is a big thing. So thinking that was like Nemo just playing around with the name thing, not realizing that was somebody else playing around with the name thing. Anyway, real life Nemo, excellent player, real cool on Discord, having to play positions sometimes of like not being popular with people that are in there trying to instigate things. But it's appreciated nonetheless. Thank you so much for that, Nemo. Great work. As I mentioned before, I think, and again, the rollout for this game is happening, and it's a thing that's taking place. They're taking their time with it. They're being smart about it. And I really appreciate that because the core game itself, if you look at any debates about anything with the game as far as what was delayed or whatever, because they're trying to do a lot of different things. Onboarding, that's the big thing to me. It needs to be easy for me to say, go to BCB-010, buy a starter pack if you want to play. If you want to do a free, before that even, if you want to do a free to try pack, I can hook you up. But that hasn't started yet, to be clear, but that's what I'm thinking, going forward. And that's going to really, I think, boost people wanting to give this a try. And that's why I concentrated so much on putting videos on YouTube. Not everybody's on Twitch. Put videos on YouTube of just gameplay, just saying, this is how you play this really cool game. This is why I like it. This is why it looks easy. You've got numbers 1 through 8. It looks like, what is this, Look, Lou, you put down WWE Super Cards so you can play something slightly more difficult? No. You got it all wrong. Once you figure this game out, especially the power meter. Like, it amazes me that the balance is as strong as it is, considering how late in the process, as I understand it at least, that adding the 1 or the 3, giving that extra boost of 2 to your power meter, the impact that has on the game, so people don't just sit back and fold and just, where it's a long, stodgy mess. You may have some matches that play out like that, but just like real pro wrestling, sometimes you're going to have those matches that only go just a few minutes. I've had matches I've won in 3 rounds. You can technically win in 2 rounds, I believe. I haven't seen it done. I haven't done it yet. You're going to play a kind of reckless way to kind of get to that point. Like where both people are flexing on a bet of 3 in the second round after you beat them on a 3-1 in the first round. Something like that where it's, it can happen, but it's unlikely. I'm sure somebody has. But then you can have like the 14-round war that Papa and I had. I know there have been 15-round battles. I think if I had pressed the issue, there were a couple of times in the testing process I went up against, it must have been some sort of a computer opponent that somebody just folded every time, no matter what. I thought, well, what happens if I fold every time? But like, I'm not trying to break the game. I was curious. I was like, well, what would happen if I did that? Does Antonio Inoki come out and start yelling profanities like he did in that Luke Gallows match in Japan? Look it up if you've never seen it. He shows up, the late Antonio Inoki, much respect. He had his the red scarf, and he was out there just livid, just swearing. And there's poor Luke Gallows, and they're like, oh man. And they went to the finish, and that was it. But see, I mentioned all of that. I have no idea how many people who are watching or listening to this, either now or later, who knows who Luke Gallows, who Doc Gallows is, if I were to mention that name. Like wrestling fans, a lot of them would, but not everybody. But if you're not at all a wrestling fan, you're not going to know who these people are. So I try to keep that in mind with the audience, because the wrestling is in the top. It's Blockchain Brawlers, it's a pro wrestling themed game, but this is a strategy card game. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Richard Garfield came up with something great here. And I know it's an easy name to throw out because of what he did with Magic the Gathering, but I mean, this game, he's not living off of past accolades. This game has the goods. And I say that with respect to it, because Magic the Gathering has been a phenomenal success. I mean, that was something I played as a freshman in college, 1995, 96. And here we are now, almost to 2023. It's not only still relevant, it's known, and it's respected. See, I could pick out a different avatar. Like, I think they actually encouraged me to use the Elvis-looking one there, or whatever. That's not Elvis, but much more like the Jericho light-up jacket there. But not really, because that's a different character altogether. Uh-oh. Am I stuck in the avatar room? Let me out. Out. Forever the television news producer has that running clock in my mind. 90 seconds it runs up. I've had to time enough for weathercasts. I have listened to so many weather broadcasts through the years where I wasn't even listening to what my talent was saying other than, bullet points. I know where they need to be as far as their forecast. If we're getting to if they're going to the 7-day forecast, I need them to go 45 more seconds. I gotta be like, I stretch. And it's not like the old days when they would have somebody on the floor that was like the floor director who would actually give them the signals in person. I have to tell them in their ear. And hope that sometimes they'll just no sell it though, and that just go to the end, and they're done. That's all they have. And you make the best of it. That can get really stressful. I don't miss that. I enjoyed stacking newscasts, building newscasts, the boothing, as they call it in the business, boothing a newscast, or line producing. Different experience. Like when I got into the business, I didn't really understand or think about why so many young people I was working with. I thought, well, Okay, whatever. I didn't have that kind of perspective to think, now why is it like this? But it's not big money. It's people wanting to work in this business. You get some super intelligent people, like a lot of reporters, like they're going to like these high-end journalism schools that have great, like everybody I've ever worked with from these places, whether it's Penn State or Syracuse or Florida, Missouri, Ohio University in Athens, Ohio has a tremendous journalism program. Of course, I went to the University of Evansville. Much respect for my professors there and what they taught me. I got a great education there. I'm sad that WUEV radio is gone, but that was something from another time. And it was on the cutting edge as far as a lot of live streaming went. If you can believe that, 1996, the first radio station in the state of Indiana to have, here we go against LouFan, to have online broadcasting was WUEV. There was Afternoon Jazz Flight. It was like a rib on me, like a pro wrestling rib with some of those names I was trying to have to read. I want to be respectful, but it's also like Afternoon Jazz Flight, so I had to they didn't really coach it to be monotone or NPR style. And then it was latest, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I had more fun with the modern rock show, even though it was going to like 3 a.m. on a Monday morning. So here we go against LouFan. We had talked earlier, but I got to watch out for LouFan. He's got this tea bag. Beware the tea bag. You'll know it when you see it. The taunt. 7-8 for me here in round 1 against LouFan. I guess the 7. Talking about a slow roll. Okay, well, it'd be a push if nothing else, so I'll go with a bet of 3. If that's 7-7, I've got 7-8 now right when the round. If it's a push, it works than the push, so I'll win on it. What's going on here? Come on. Fold. All right, so a good fold there by LouFan. That's not easy to do. 7 against the 7 there in round 1. Take a look at that and say, no thanks, pal. Lay it down. It's only the 1 point of damage. Power meter for you only moves up just the 1 more point to 2. 25-24. Early lead for me over LouFan. LouFan with 4 cards, me with 3. Great time to fold with a pair of 2s. Blockchain Brawlers, NashvilleLou live. Man, a slow roll, and then what I did not want to see a 3. I'm going to fold the 2s against them. I'm running into that. A streak of that. I'm hoping this will be at least like a 4 or 5. I won't feel as bad because that just sets up LouFan. If it's not a direct fold, if that's any sort of a play there. LouFan's going to have that win of round 2 with a 3 played, and that's going to be a big boost to the power meter. Are we playing in quicksand mode here? What's going on? All right. This is like if they did a television version of this and somebody with a bad idea decided to really stretch out the drama. There have been some network television game shows I've seen through the years where they did that. Where it's like, okay, you guys have ruined it because you stretch it out so much and it's like, okay, what just happened here? That I don't have an explanation for, but you know what? I will take the win. I don't deserve the win, though. LouFan is a good opponent. LouFan deserves better than that. With that said, who am I going to say no to a win? I mean, it was I say good game as far as like, but this is like you didn't deserve that loss, LouFan. We will play again, I'm sure. I get my loss back from. I lost to you yesterday, LouFan. So I mean, But I want to beat you straight up. It doesn't, you know, that's a schmoz finish. That's like a run-in. It's like pro wrestling as much as it's not a pro wrestling game. Here we are with what was it? A sports entertainment non-finish. But these things have a way of evening out. NashvilleLou live. Blockchain Brawlers. Playing as Rusty Klutz. Here we go, LouFan. Let's see if we can make this one work better. It seemed like there was some sort of connection problem there before, and it wasn't. It's not me, it's you kind of thing. But I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of connection LouFan has. That's just me. And for all I know, it is my problem, but I don't know. We'll give it a minute so it'll connect. There we go. Let's see. All right. This is like when it's a 3-hour Raw and they don't have enough material to fill the show. It's like they have a schmoz and they go back and just do the match again later. 3-5. I'll probably fold here. This is not particularly strong. I probably should have gone just like, if I was going to fold it anyway, go like 3-2 or something, but I will stick around if there's a 1 or something. At least see. 3 against a 3 is interesting. I hate folding against the 3. Bet a 3 from LouFan. 3-6 or better as LouFan wins the round. 3-8. So LouFan, 3 points of damage delivered. Power meter moves. Winning with a 3 is big. Power meter moves to 4 for the next round. 25-22 lead for LouFan. You're over me, NashvilleLou, in this battle of the Loos. 5-1. Flex here. First card higher than her second. Hoping that'd be a fold here for LouFan. That's what I want. LouFan to fold here so I can. Uh-oh. I hear a teabag sound effect that I don't like, I think. Uh-oh, the Morse code. SOS. I got teabagged. Distracting me from the fact I actually won the round with a flex, which is big because that boosts my power meter to 4. Heard this disturbing squishy sound, which is what I thought the sound effect was going to be before the move, before I ever saw it before, and I think you can see where they're going with that. That really is distracting, though, not in a good way. But not like in an off, but it's just like in a, man, okay, you know what? Yeah. 6-3. Chop, chop. A flex. Let's see. This is big. That'd be 8 points. Oh, I'm getting teabagged again. Here's he's getting prepped. The teabag distraction stop me from making good decisions here. A flex. What's LouFan? It is a fold. So a good decision. It's 8 points of damage going LouFan's way. LouFan's going to drop to 15 health points. Winning with a 3 played the round is going to boost me to 7 on my power meter for the next round. 22-15 is the lead. Five cards for LouFan, 3 cards for me. Against the 3, I hate it. I mean, it's a 3, I hate that, but it's a pair of 2s. Notice how this keeps happening. But that's life. It protects the power meter for me at 7. It's a bet of 3 by LouFan with that 3. I bet you 3-8. I think they're 3-7. Uh-oh. 3-1. Wow. Great time there for a flex. It's 8 points of damage delivered. It's 3 and a 1 winning the round. So that power meter is going to get a big boost. Up to what? It'd be 9? 9. 7-8. Let's see if I can get LouFan in. I'd love to see a 6 here. Get LouFan in on the bet. Because if we go like bet of 3, that's going to be. I'm going to get. I'm already trailing 15-14, so power meter's lower. There's no way around that. I bet you that's going to be a fold. We're going to go with a bet of 3. Hope you come in on it, LouFan. Come on. Come on, buddy. I'm guessing it's a fold. You get the 6 cards. Fold. All right, so the right play there by LouFan. 7 points. Oh, my goodness. That's vile. Please. Oh, and the Morse code finish. the unintentional disturbing alternate version that's come out here. 7 points of damage delivered. I lead 14-8. 9 points on the damage meter for LouFan. 8 on mine. 6 cards. Six, 7. I thought about just going 6, 6 and saving the 7, but let's go 6, 7. I'm going to fold though. Yeah. That's a flex. That's the mash. There's a bet of 3, and that's it. That was a flex. So they're not showing that the slam card, whatever, right now. There we go, the Death Valley driver. All right, good game, LouFan. All right, so LouFan gets the win of the rematch. NashvilleLou live. Gonna take just a quick break. Be right back. NashvilleLou live. I'll show you again. That was what that's the slate that I created earlier. Started finding some random stuff that I had saved on the computer over there. I was trying to get something to be colorful. Trying out some different things as far as for, not even for the Twitch stream, but later for this being put up on the archive on the NashvilleLou live YouTube, essentially the backup, channel of sorts. Twitch, for whatever reason, I think intentionally, but that's just a suspicion. I think they intentionally don't want people watching the VODs that much, so they don't exactly do a lot to promote them with SEO or otherwise. I mean, you can still link to it and stuff, but they don't. If you don't make the effort to do it, they're not going to just do it for you, I can assure you. And there's the Ric Flair Series 1 that I bought the other day. Like I say, actions over words. And look, it's nothing that's going to change anything with the game as far as my ability to win or lose matches. But I got some stuff that I think looks really cool. I like it at least. Let's get back to it. NashvilleLou live. This was about the time yesterday when I was doing some VOD recording, testing some stuff out, and that was a pretty steady flow of people in room 2. Let's see. right, taking on Nichols. 5-7. 5-7 against a 1. That's almost for sure going to be a fold. I'll go with a bet of 1 though to see if maybe Nichols will come in on it. Nope, fold. So 1 point of damage. Power meter for me moves to 2. 25-24 round 2. A 5-2 that I'm probably going to fold. 4 cards for Nichols, 3 for me against a 7. There it goes. It was a bet of 1 by Nichols. This could be a flex. No, pair 7s. Solid play there by Nichols. It's going to be just the 1 point of damage, though. Power meter moves to 2. We're tied up, both on the health point front and power meter. 7-3. Let's flex. It's the 7. Ooh. Let's be bold. Bet of 3. Flex. The bet of 1 by Nichols. Bet of 3. I could be in trouble here unless it's 7-3 or lower. It's 7-8. I had some worry when I saw the bet of 2. But again, with my power meter at 2, that's the time when you want to be taking risks in this game. When you can. Sometimes you can't. You don't have a 3 or a 1. You can't get that nice boost to your power meter that you would otherwise. 2-4. Against a 7, a fold. Be a heck of a time for a flex for Nichols. Oh, 7-8. Nichols, a very good player. Give me the flare strut. 3 points of damage by Nichols. Nichols leads 24-15. Power meter for Nichols at 4. Mine's at 1. 6-3 flex. That power meter differential. A lot more likely Nichols is going to fold here, trying to protect the power meter. A chance for me to play a 6-3, although it's a bet of 1 by Nichols. Bet of 3. That's not a flex. Nichols wins the round. I'll be down to 3 health points. 3-5, not a flex. Yuck. So I take 12 points of damage. I'm down to 3 health points. Winning with a 3. Nichols is up to a 7. Power meter just out of control. 6-8. I thought about a flex there, but just a 5. Let's see. Well, you come in for a bet of 1. Bet of 3. This is going to reset the power meter for Nichols. It's going to be 3 points of damage delivered. My meter is going to be only up to 2, but nevertheless up to 2. 5-7 loses to 6-8. Power meter gets to reset. 3 points of damage to Nichols. The chap. Power meter to 2 for me here in round 7. 6-3. Gets to 1. Bet of 3. It's a fold. 4 points of damage going the way of Nichols. My power meter with that 3 played in this round will move to 5 for the next round. With that fold, Nichols now has 5 cards, as do I. 7-8. Against the 7. Let's go with a. Well, you know what? Bet of 3 would actually cost me the match because I only have 3 health points left. Bet of 2. Bet of 3 there. Okay. I would lose 2-0 if this is a 7-8. If it's 7-7, it's a different story. 7-1 is a flex. So 15 points of damage delivered to Nichols. Nichols down to 2 health points. I'm at 3. Power meter for me is at 5, but at this point, that's not as important. Important, but not as important. Okay, a good spot here for me. I can just drop a 1-1 out there. I can fold even if it's a flex. It may be. I'm certainly not going to challenge it. Fold, that's going to get me to 6 cards. I'll have at least a 7 to base it off of. Pair 8s. Down to 2. As far as health points. We're tied at 2. 6 in my power meter. 2 on Nichols's. 6-7. Will this do it? I guess the 3. And that's going to be the match. this point, there's nothing Nichols can do. Power meter for me is at 6. Bet of 3. Bet of 3. This is going to do it right here. Well, I'm not one to say that I play mind games, but on that one. So for whatever reason, the animation, I think I have a spear set up for Rusty, and it's not happening for whatever reason. They're still getting some of the fine tuning done with the finisher, but from what I found, every single time, even though it hasn't shown the actual slam card, the game has graded it appropriately and correctly. Nevertheless, I do hope to see that come back sooner as opposed to later. I will take the win, though. Definitely happy with that. Good game. All right, see, there's a spear. It's not happening, so maybe the what I would call a lariat or clothesline in the game is the decapitator. Let me do a play-by-play. I need to make sure I know the names for all these moves. Now, there's another issue. I don't know how I'm going to pronounce. Is it Exsanguination? I don't know. Maybe I'll just avoid doing play-by-play for the taunts. I mean, some of the nice thing with this, though, you don't have to be able to speak English to understand. I mean, that's the thing with gestures. They're kind of a universal thing, even though it may vary from culture to culture or country to country as far as how they're taken or how seriously or how offensive or lack thereof they may come across to a given group. So we'll see if the clothesline, the decapitator, for a finisher for Rusty's any better than the spear. He's going to do the spear. He's like, hey, buddy, look at me. Think I'm going to do that spear? No, thanks. Did that for Goldberg, bud. Edge. Blockchain Brawlers, NashvilleLou live. Live streaming on Twitch. I'd say time flies when you're playing this game in live stream, at least for me. I know I took a couple of breaks in there, but we're hour 38 and counting into it. Here we go, another match against LouFan. LouFan and I earlier today have had 2 matches. We split those. Yesterday, LouFan beat me. He's got that very seldom seen teabag taunt. Makes quite the horrible noise. I'll try and just no-sell it. It's the key. I'll wait and see. I hope he connects. I'll give him time. All right, LouFan, it's not working there, pal. Okay. Maybe we'll have another opportunity here to take on LouFan, maybe Nichols, maybe somebody else. There we go, LouFan. Let's see what loads this time. Well, it's a battle of the Lous. Organized the first ever all-Lou tournament. Me, LouFan, LouFan, others. It's always possible it's a problem on my end. Although I run this, like I said, okay, developers, what is going to work the best for this? How is this going to be the best experience? And look, you got Chrome, like I do here. I don't usually use Chrome on this computer. Just other browsers fit my needs for this particular computer better. Nothing against Chrome, that's just how it is. But the major silver lining for me is that Chrome was right here. Any extensions, any sort of things to do with ads or privacy, any of that. You know, as far as like there's no privacy badger on there, so I'm getting that. And it flows smoothly. It works fine. I don't use it for anything else, and it actually works out pretty decently, all things considered. But and part of the reason why I took some time off from streaming and just did videos for YouTube was because I wanted to focus on the gameplay. I didn't want the stuff on the in-between that were getting worked out as far as developing this new game. Switch it back over to Rusty Klutz. I didn't want that to get in the way of the core thing. Like, look, this is an awesome game. The rest of the stuff they're developing, this basically the pageantry, the stuff that adds to the fun factor. LouFan. I like this song. It's got the piano. It kind of reminds me just a little bit of MJF, but it's not that song at all. It just reminds me of the whistle. Cool bass beat to it. Okay, LouFan, it's just not meant to be, bud. We're trying. The bookers can't get along. Territorial rivalries. LouFan. Some of these names I don't know, but a lot of them I do. Brichter's tough. Like, I don't know that I should be ranked above Brichter right now. If I've beaten Brichter, it's only been like once or twice. We haven't played that many times, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but there's some people. Average Casual Gamer's got a great thing going on with his stuff on YouTube and on Twitch. Definitely check out Average Casual Gamer. More often than not, ACG beats me, not the other way around. And there are some people that I know are better players than what has happened. We've had matches, and sometimes it's just a matter of not getting the cards. I mean, there have been, like, I remember the one time when I actually had a decisive win over ACG. It was just, you know, the cards weren't there in this game. There are some matches where it's just going to be very difficult, if not next to impossible to win if you're against an opponent that knows what they're doing. And that's part of it. And it doesn't feel unbalanced. It doesn't feel, I never feel like I'm getting ripped off. I don't get mad at the game. You know, the game itself functions properly. It's like with chess. If you make a blunder, it's not like it's your fault that you didn't see that rook sitting over there quite nicely waiting on you to slip up. Blockchain Brawlers, NashvilleLou live. Here we go. Let's try again with LouFan. When the back to menu button pops up, that doesn't mean that that's not like them trying to like turning on the lights at the end of the, when the bars have to close at 3 a.m. in Ybor City. This is, I've seen it load up after this point, is what I'm saying. But it's there if you want to get out, I guess. I do want to give us a little bit more time, because it seems like there's not as many people in the mix right now in room 2 as I expected there to be. But of course, you're going to get different people on a Sunday morning versus a Saturday morning. That's just the reality of it. It is the weekend. But wait so long here. And it's, you know, I got an idea. I'm gonna keep talking and pull up the little, I'll pull up the slate again real quick. In a break, I'm just gonna reload the browser, the Google Chrome, or as I call it, Chrome browser here. Gotta hit the play button on the interface here. It takes the game a moment to load up. You'll see a spinning lucha mask. And then I can take the full screen, then I can take the slate back down. That's a cool looking shot there. A lot of those are the 1-on-1 guys, the legendary Series 1 brawlers. Just something a little bit different. Okay, the finisher. All right, Rusty, you get the sleeper, buddy. Let's see how this works. I hit F5, reloaded everything. So if there's a problem connected with LouFan, I want to make sure it's not on my end. You know, either say, oh no, it can't be on my end, and then have it end up being on my end. And then one way to make sure of that, for me at least, is to do what I did, just refresh the browser. It only takes a minute or two. All right, another match with Nichols. Pretty strong to open against Nichols from the 7-8. Against the 3, that's probably going to be a fold. Bet a 1. Bet a 3. So by not folding here, Nichols will only have 3 cards for the next hand as opposed to the 4 that he would have had otherwise. I'll deliver 3 points of damage. The bet of 3, power meter of 1. 25-22, I lead. $7-1. Let's see. Bet a 3. Bet a 1 by Nichols. I hope it's a fold. Nope, not called here. Unless that's a flex, I'm in trouble. 5-5. So my power meter gets reset to 1. 3 points of damage delivered by Nichols. We're tied at 22. Power meter is at 2 for Nichols. 4-4. Against the 6, I'm going to fold. The first time for either of us to fold. 6-1, a flex. I should not have folded him. Brilliantly timed play there by Nichols. The 6-1. Winning with the 1 played in the round means power meter at 5. A 4-2 to discard. Discourage low cards sticking around against the 6. Bet a 3 by Nichols. 6-7. So 5 points of damage delivered. I'm going to drop down to 13. As far as my health points go, by folding, I'll have an extra card. For the next round, we up to 5 cards. $22-13. I'll play 3-8 against a 4. That would lose to 4-8. Would push on 4-7. They would beat anything else. Bet of 1 by Nichols. Fold. All right, so it's just the 1 point of damage delivered. Nichols folding protects that power meter there at 6. Winning with a 3. My power meter moves to 4. Pair of ones. This would be the flex, but really nothing else against a 4. Going to fold. It's bet a 3 by nickels. 4-1 a flex. I'm down to 1 health point. Strong play there by nickels. 21-1. As much as nickels has not been folding, I'm going to go in with 7-8. Of course. I mean, I don't really care about breaking the meter at that point, because I'm down to 1 health point. Maybe there could be a 1 or 1,000. It doesn't matter. It's going to be 5 cards for nickels on the next round. Off the fold. I really should have flexed there, now shouldn't I? 4 points of damage. Nickels down to 17 health points, but nickels leads 17-1. Power meter for me is at 5. 5 cards for nickels. 6-3. Against a 2. I'm hoping that's a fold. Bet a 3. Fold. All right. So with a flex, 10 points of damage. It's going to take nickels down to 7 health points. Winning with a 3. Big boost to my power meter. If I get something strong to pin or to pair with this 6 in my hand there for the next round, I might be able to win it. Probably going to come down to this next hand right here. The fold's going to give nickels 6 cards in total. 3 more come into what they had. Not the best. We're going to go with it. 6-7. I would lose the 6-8. If it's a push on 6-7, they're going to win. But I've got to go with it. Bet a 3. Let's see. 6-8. That's the match. Nickels wins. All right, good game, nickels. That had a couple of very well-timed flexes. Made a huge difference. And again, it's not even the flex as much as winning with a 3 or a 1. I mean, the flex, when you get the higher power meter, it sure matters. But sometimes a matter of perspective. But a good game right there. Nickels, it wasn't false praise, as you can see from me there, for Nickels in their earlier matches there. Solid player, good win by Nickels. All right, so let's take a look real quick. Make sure I didn't overlook anything in my notes. It's helpful to know for later what matches to look for in what order as far as for VOD purposes. See, as of the latest matchmaking rank released, I'm at number 17. All right, taking on a mystery opponent. 5-8. We'll open with 5 as the setup card, 8 as the slam. Against the 3, I've got the round for sure. Let's see if I can get this mystery opponent in on a bet of 1. It's a fold, so they're going to have 4 cards for the next round. 1 point of damage delivered. My power meter moves to 2. I lead 25-24. We'll go 5. 5-2. We'll flex. This is with the intent of folding against the 6. Go ahead and fold the 5-2. I'll have 4 cards in my hand for the next round to match what my opponent has. There's a bet of 3 by my unnamed opponent, 6-7. So only 1 point of damage, and the power meter moves just 1 point up to 2 for winning the round. As we head to round number 3, tied at 24. We'll go 7-1. Let's flex. Against a 1, I'm hoping that's a fold. Bet of 3. Uh-oh, got called. I'm going to lose the round right there because a non-flexing hand always beats a flexing hand. 1-1. Eek. Because of the power meter boost. That's what I was eating about. 6 damage is no small thing either. Wow. Good play there by the unnamed opponent. 24-18 lead for my mystery opponent. They got a power meter at 7. I got one at 1. 6-3. Let's get it going. 5. Bet of 3. Would they risk a power meter to chase me on that with a 5 against a 6? Bet of 1. Bet of 3. And that's the match. It was whatever it was they had. If it was going to be a non-flexing hand that was going to win the round, and it did. So a loss for me. A good game, mystery opponent. All right, quick break. Be right back. This is NashvilleLou Live. Back in a minute. All right, here we go. Let's get back at it. Room 2. Let's see who's next. And I get jobbed out below the 1,000 line. Guess so. Let's see if this works. Hope this works. Let's connect here. Come on, let's do it. LouFan, come on. Yeah, this song's got some real funk to it. That bass, I dig it. Brother, I'm trying. I know it worked earlier. It's weird. Sometimes I'll have matches with somebody here in Blockchain Brawlers, and then I'll try again a few minutes later, and then for whatever reason at that point, there's some sort of issues connecting. There's some people where it seems like that's never a problem. It seems like with others it happens quite a bit. LouFan, I've not played that much, but it's not been that much of an issue until now. And who knows? I mean, it's something with... I can only imagine the complicating factors involved when you take into consideration all the different web browsers out there, plus extensions, plus who knows what else as far as trying to get one side or the other to communicate in a way that works in an efficient manner. I mean, this matter of timing and everything is not some sort of trifling thing. It's a big part of it. It's why this is such a fascinating game to play. It's why it's so much fun. All right, let's try again. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, because if I back out of this and go back into room 2, it's just going to send me back into another matchup with LouFan, and if for whatever reason it's not connecting here. Again, when I'm doing live to tape recordings for PvP, that's a different matter. I can wait, but I've got live audiences to think about when it comes to these Twitch live streams. Now, a lot of this, I'm going to do the next 8-9 days. It's going to be all over the place timing-wise. I'm going to try all sorts of stuff. Some stuff might not work. So keep that in mind, as it were. We'll give Mike Yellerbelly the slot there with a comment at the number 1 with Johnny Butterfinger, who I've given the sleeper as his finisher for now. That spin kick. mean, that's not what I really want to finish them. Luckily, you've got options. Dude's got some serious blue eyes. I'm surprised by the lack of people in room 2 compared with yesterday around this time. But again, this is part of why I'm testing this as well, to see what kind of variety there might be as far as opponents go at this particular hour on a Sunday. It gets tricky sometimes because I go out of my way to try to avoid having just the mentality of the U.S. market, and then that's it, as if the rest of the world, overlooking the whole point of the internet, where you can communicate with people halfway around the world and places that you would probably never visit in many cases, just because there's only so many travel days you can do, so many trips you can take, and there's so many great places you can potentially visit in the world. But here we are in a situation where anybody can play anybody potentially online if you got internet connection. I wonder how they decide on a tiebreaker when you got two players with the same score. I mean, I'm not going to complain about being on the top of the XP list. I guess they're not joking about that update every 30 minutes thing, because here's my current amount, which is 50 more XP than the prior or the most recent update. And it's weird because you got the people that played like one match and they're at the 100%, it kind of gums up the works. And I'm sure they're going to get it where at some point, probably sooner as opposed to later, they can filter through like, at least X number of matches played. Oh, here we go. LouFan, it finally got connected. All right. We got it. Let's go. We'll open with 5-7. Against a 4, be at worst a push. I go bet a 3. Highest card you can have in Blockchain Brawlers is an 8. Cards numbering 1 through 8 that you get. You start with 3 cards in your hand. If you fold, you get an extra card in your hand beginning with the next match. I got called 4-6, so I win round 1. LouFan, by not folding, stuck with 3 cards for the next round. 3 points of damage delivered. I lead 25-22. 3-3. All right, against the 5, I'm going to fold. It's a bet of 3 by LouFan. $5-7. So just the 1 point of damage delivered. Power meter moves to 2 by LouFan. Definitely made the right decision by folding. That pair of threes would have been very nice to win with to boost my power meter. You don't get that boost if you don't actually win the round. 7-3, let's flex. Flexing the first card higher than your second card. The risk being that a non-flexing hand always beats a flexing hand. A 4 for LouFan. I want LouFan to fold. Let's go bet a 3. Fold. So it'll be 4 points of damage delivered thanks to the flex. Winning with a 3 played in the round means the boost of an extra 2 points to go with a 1 point for winning the round to the power meter, moving from 2 to 5. 24-18 is my lead on LouFan. LouFan with a power meter of 2. 2-4. Against the 6, I will fold. We each have 4 cards. I'll have a 5th card beginning with the next round. LouFan, bet a 3. $6-8. So a stout hand there. 2 points of damage delivered. Power meter moves to 3 for LouFan. I lead 22-18. My power meter, thanks to the fold, remains at 5. 6 cards here. $7-1. A risky flex. Let's see. Well, that's like a throwaway there against a 6. I can see that getting called. That'd be trouble. I was hoping to see like a 2 or a 3. Probably a throwaway. That's going to be a mistake here. But if that's 6-3 and I go in against it, I lose. Oh, they folded. So there's that. LouFan at 5 cards. I'm at 6 cards. Round 6. 22-18 is the lead. I'll go with a pair of 6s. And once you get to 6 cards, when you fold, you can discard if you choose. And that's what I'm going to do here against the 7. You have to be fast about it, though. So everything gets folded there. Or the fold and the discard. Pair of 3s. Excuse me, a pair of 3s. Bet of 3. 7-1. Great play there by LouFan. 6 points of damage delivered with the flex. Winning with the 1 play. Boost the power meter up to 6. And now trail 18-16. 7-8. It's to 7. If it's 7-8, 7-8, it's going to have me down. Bet a 3. Uh-oh, I was trying to switch it to 2, but it was too late. That's it, and that's it for the match. 7-8. 7-8. Oh, no, I miscounted, I think. Well, let's see. No, the 6 with a 3. That would be, I guess, 18 coming by. That would be the finish. That would be it right there. Going to beat me right here, I believe. Oh, there we go. And here's the finish. Good game. All right, so LouFan victorious. I finally got that connection to work again. NashvilleLou Live, Blockchain Brawlers. But I'm excited what's coming up 1 week from Wednesday. So beginning, again, I mentioned earlier the super busy travel day in the United States, the day before American Thanksgiving. So it's not that Wednesday. It would be, I'll probably have some sort of a stream for NashvilleLou Live for my channel that day. Maybe a preview, some maybe more details about the show. I don't know how much they want me to talk about with it right now. They give me a lot of discretion with it, though. They know, they trust me. They know I'm going to talk about the way in a fun way, a positive way. We're having a good time with it. LouFan. Here we go, another match with LouFan. So we're going to flex here in round 1, 7-1. The setup card higher than the slam. Remembering, of course, that a flexing hand always loses to a non-flexing hand. I want LouFan to fold here, so I'll go with the bet of 3. Bet of 1 by LouFan. Bet of 3, so that's not a flex. LouFan wins round 1. And it's a 4-5, so my flex fails. The 4-5 delivers 3 points of damage. Power meter moves to 2 for LouFan. We move into round number 2. $6-3. Against a 5. Bet of 3. Fold by LouFan. With a flex, it'll be 2 points of damage delivered to LouFan. 23-22 lead for LouFan, but by winning that round, playing a 3, power meter is up to 4. As much as I would like to chase another potential flex, this is not the time to do it. Play the 2-3. 4 cards for LouFan. I've got 3 cards. By folding, I'll have a 4th for the next round against the 6. Not a anything I have to think about too much. Holding 2-3 against the 6. At least 2 points of damage my way. Pair of 6s. Power meter moves to 3 for the next round for LouFan. LouFan leads 23-20. 7-8. Against a 4, I anticipate a fold. We'll go with a bet of 1. Let's see what LouFan does. Fold. I'll deliver 4 points of damage. Power meter for me is going to move to 5 for the next round. I now lead 20-19. Five cards for LouFan. 4 cards for me. 2-4. Against the 6, I'm going to fold. That could be a flex. Oh, it's getting teabagged to hear the... Oh, 6-1. Or the sound effect for at least off. There it is again. Very distracting. 6 damage for 19-14. Power meter at 6 for LouFan. Get it together, Pickney. 6-1. Let's flex again, shall we? I'm hoping that LouFan will want to get to 6 cards. We'll have something that my 6 will back down, and they'll fold. I'm hoping like 4, 3, 5, 8. Oh, ho, ho. That would be the match. If I fold, I'm going to fold. Because what if they don't fold? What can I possibly beat with 6-1? Not going to beat 8-1 or anything higher. Bet a 3 by LouFan. There's a noise in the background. A pair of 8s. So I was correct in deciding there to fold. 5 cards for LouFan, 6 cards for me. I've got 8 as far as health points, 7 on the power meter for LouFan. I have to be cognizant of that. I want to fold here. I've got to make sure it's not a flex or do everything in my power to make sure if LouFan is flexing that LouFan decides to fold. A 5 against a 2. That's going to beat a 2 no matter what, unless it's an 8, in which case it would be a push. I would have to do another 4 on their health. They would beat me outright, but I don't. That's what we would have to face. Otherwise, I win the rounds a fold, which I expected. So it's 5 points of damage going the way of LouFan. What is that noise? Very distracting. 14-8. LouFan remains in the lead with folding. LouFan there goes to 6 cards, just like I'm at 6 cards. Go 4-5. Holding on to the 8. Now, if that's a flex, that's the match. I'm going to fold everything but the 8 here. Again, that's what you get to do once you get to the point where you've got 6 cards in your hand. And a Blockchain Brawlers match. The LouFan has a pair of 8s. Or a flex. If it was a flex, that's the match. Pair of 8s. I was strongly leaning that way. Seeing those 6 cards there, knowing that's a distinct possibility. So only 1 health point left for me, but power meter still at 6 thanks to the fold. Power meter is at 8 for LouFan. Doesn't really matter now. When you got 1 health point, the power meter, it can be 1 or 100. Doesn't matter. 7-8. Against a 6. Let's go bet a 3. If I can get LouFan to go in bet a 3. Either bet or call me here at 3. LouFan, that's the match I would win. What do you do there? A 6 against a 7. Is that going to be a laydown? I bet you that's a fold. Switching out cards. Maybe not. Fold. Okay. So not surprising with the 6 cards there. LouFan goes ahead against the 7. Decides to fold. Match is going to continue. I'll deliver 6 points of damage. I still trail 8-1 though. 7-8. Will this be it? I mean, if they've got 7-8, they're going to have me with a larger negative number than they have at the end, I'm afraid. Against a 5. Bet a 1. I bet you it's going to be a fold, but maybe not. Bet a 1. I'm anticipating this is a fold. That's why there's this countdown delay. Nope, bet a 1. It's going to reset the meter for LouFan. And LouFan's going to have 1 health point left. Oh, the meter isn't as important at this point. Really, here we are. Look at this. 1 health point for LouFan. 1 health point for me. Round 11. Or maybe that's why strategically LouFan was doing that there to get to the point of having some strong cards. I'm in trouble. I mean, I got to keep pulling high cards forever. 4-6. It's a 5. I mean, I got to go in bet a 3. And this is probably going to be it. And LouFan's probably going to beat me right here. Yep, Death Valley Driver. And that's the match. Well, it was an 11-round battle. Good game, LouFan. LouFan, victorious. All right. So, good game there, LouFan. There's 2 in a row. Or really 3 in a row if you're going to earlier. That's 3 or 4 that LouFan's taken from me there. And a related note, LouFan is a good player. Much respect. Room 2. More than 2.5 hours into this broadcast. And this is airing with a 90-second delay. I should note. LouFan. The reason I go 3-8, not 4-8, is because I would love to get a round 1 win with a 3. But you can try and hide it going with a flex, doing it this way. 3-8 will beat a lot in round 1. That limited card, luck of the draw. This would lose quite a bit here. However, and yet here I am I'm gonna go in on it. We'll see. It's probably a mistake to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, it was a mistake, all right. 3 damage. So 12 to 11, the combined scores between us respectively. 3 points of damage delivered. LouFan's power meter goes to 2. LouFan leads 25. 22, let's flex 7-3. Against a 5, let's go bet a 3. Hope that LouFan folds. Fold. All right. So winning with the flex, the 2 points of damage. Winning with a 3 played in the round. The extra 2-point boost to the power meter up to 4 for me now. It's 22 as far as my health points go. So a slight lead right now for LouFan. I'll go 2-4, likely to fold. I got 3 cards. LouFan's got 4 cards. Against the 6, I'm going to fold. Bet a 3 by LouFan. 6-7. So I'm going to take 2 points of damage. It's going to drop me to 20 health points. LouFan will have a power meter of 3 for the next round. By folding, I protected my power meter of 4. I'll have 4 cards here in round number 4. Play a 6-8. Really strong. 6-8 is right here. It's the 7. This would lose to 7-8. 7-7 would be a push. We'll go bet a 3. Bet a 3 by LouFan. I'm getting teabagged. Brutal. And the 7-8. Injury to insult, as it were. Flying body press. 23 to 11, LouFan leads. My power meter gets reset. LouFan with a power meter at 4. And I got teabagged. The humanity, 6-7. Against a 4. I want to reset that meter. Bet a 1. Bet a 3. So I'm going to deliver 3 points of damage here to LouFan. It's going to drop LouFan down to 20 health points. Going to reset the power meter for LouFan at 1. Oh, another teabag. Please. Will you stop? All right, so the 6-7 beats the 4-8. Power meter resets for LouFan. Mine moves to 2. I trail 20 to 11, but fighting my way back into it. 5-7. 4 cards for me, 4 cards for LouFan. Against the 3, it means I've got the round for sure. We'll go bet a 3 and see what LouFan does. I anticipate a fold up. Bet a 1 by LouFan. Bet a 3. So it's going to be 6 points of damage going to LouFan. My 12th beating the 11 there, those combined relative scores. So my power meter's at 3. I lead a trail 14 to 11. Power meter at 1 for LouFan. 2-3. This would be the flex, but not a whole lot else. Against the 6, I'm going to fold. That power meter 1 right there. High time for a 6-3 or a 6-1 potentially. 6-6. Just 1 point of damage delivered, but that does drop me down to 10. Power meter moves to 2 for LouFan. Going into round 8. 6-7. Against a 5, if it were a push, I'd be at 4 health points. Maybe at 5. We'll bet at 2. Hold by LouFan. 3 points of damage. Oh, another teabagging. So with the fold, LouFan moves to 5 cards for the next round. I'll have 5 cards in the next round. Power meter for me moves to 4, which means if it goes to a bet of 3 and I win a round, that's the win. But I don't know if that's going to happen here. We'll see. Pair of 5s. Against the 6, I'm going to fold. Six, 8. So 2 points of damage delivered by LouFan drops me, or will drop me, to 8 health points remaining. Power meter is going to move to 3 for LouFan. So if it goes bet of 3 and LouFan wins in a showdown, just like I would beat LouFan in that situation, the vice versa, also true. 6 and 6. If it looks troublesome, I can fold. Thanks to the 6 cards I've got. Fold and discard everything. Instead, I'll stick around. It's going to be 4 points of damage delivered minimum. There's a fold by LouFan. We'll be at 6 cards for the next round. I got teabagged yet again. All right, so it's going to be it's distracting. That's part of it, right? 7 health points for LouFan. 8 health points for me. Power meter at 5 for me. 3 for LouFan. Three, 4. Even if this is a flex, it would not win LouFan the match since I have 8 health points and the power meter's at 3. Against a 7, that's a fold and get rid of everything. Discarding my entire hand. It was a bet of 3 from LouFan. 7, 8. So 3 points of damage delivered. It's going to drop me to 5 health points remaining. Power meter moves to 4 for LouFan. I think at around 12. We've had some battles here today. 6, 7. Against a 4. We'll bet 1. I'm going to win the round no matter what with a 6, 7. Because even an 8 there, a 4 and 8 is only 12. 6 and a 7 is 13. The fold by LouFan, I'm guessing that delay there was just brutal. So let's see, it's going to be down to 2 health points for LouFan. My power meter is going to be at 6. I can take a shot here from LouFan and survive to the next round with 1 health point, but I can't do it if it's a flex. I've got to be careful. Five, 7. A flex would win it here for LouFan, but I think that's probably the goods. Fold, and when you decide to fold, you better move fast. Discard. Be done with it. Let's see. There's a flex. Should not have folded. That's going to cost me the match. All right, good game, LouFan. Here I am reeling at this point. Loss, 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 loss. I can't go out like that. The just one more factor in full effect. Look, and you've seen them here live. Those have been some really good matches. Nichols doesn't get any easier. But I welcome it. I welcome top competition. $7-3. It's the one that's almost for sure going to be a fold, even though one would beat 7-3. Nickels might peek in at 1. No, it's bet a 3. Going to win round 1. Oh, and a 1 and a 1. You know what? That's actually a pretty savvy play right there, because you know that you're going to beat any flex. It's a decent chance you're going to run into one. And winning with the 1 and a 1, look at that 6 on the power meter. And here I am having to do a throwaway 2-4. Bold. I didn't realize I was up there on it. I wish there was a visual way that would know you. I was having to mute my microphone for a second, but it worked out in the end. There's the flare strut. Now it's going to be a 6-8 from Nickels. 6 points of damage delivered. Nickels leads 25-16. Power meter, again, you see the impact that has. Power meter at 7, mine at 1. 7-8. Against a 4, I anticipated a laydown, but maybe not. But a fold would seem to be in order. Yeah, it's a fold. So I should have played 7-3 there, but I didn't. So, I mean, 7-8's big and bad and all, but it's the power meter that matters. It's at 1. Just the 1 point of damage, it moves to 2. Now, here's where I might get Nickels. A pair of 8s. A 5. Thinking that, okay, now's the time when I'm one turn too late going for a flex. Only I actually do have a pair of 8s, and it's a call, so it's going to reset the power meter. Back in it. And it's only 2 points of damage delivered. My power meter only moves to 3, but that power meter goes from 7 to 1. $5-8. Let's see. 5-8 against an 8. If that's 8-8, and that's going to be the round for Nickels. My power meter is going to be reset. Otherwise, nope, it is. Wow, that's the goods. 8-8. I mean, I had 8 played right there, so you can have up to 4 of any number in play at once. The odds weren't there, but you knew it was a possibility. It happened that way. Nickels victorious in that round, 22-13, 6-3. Against a 5. Let's go bet a 3. See if Nickels will fold. Bet a 3. If that's not a flex, 6 points of damage. It's not a flex. A pair of 5s. So it's 6 damage. Only a boost of 1 to the power meter for Nickels, but Nickels a sizable lead, 22-7. And look at this. Absolute garbage over here. 4-2. Fold. So I have 5 cards for the next round. A fold as well from Nickels. So Nickels for the next round will have 5 cards. I will have 5 cards. Oh my god. Hey. 3-3, mate. 3-3. It's worth it to see if it's a flex. Bet a 3. That'd be the match if I'm wrong. If that's 8-8, that's a match. Otherwise, it resets the power meter. Gives me a big round win with a pair of 3s. Worth the risk, I think. We'll see. If it cuts away to it, a pair of 8s, that's the match. And Nickels is going to beat me right here, right now. Good game, Nickels. I'm falling apart here. Look Look at this. Lost, lost, lost. We get relegated. But the nice thing with this game, you can always play again. Most games, if you lost 6 in a row, might be time like, all right, you know. But this game is so much fun that even when you lose, for me at least, it's still enjoyable. No, I don't like losing. Okay, so get that right. But I'm still having fun with it, and that's the idea with this. Blockchain Brawlers. Close to top of the hour, which will be 11 a.m. Nashville time, Central Standard Time. So I'm hoping I can find one more opponent, and this is probably the last match of this particular broadcast. Coming just shy of 3 hours. Granted, there were some breaks in there and all, but we're getting to end. Go LouFan. Please follow my channel here on Twitch, NashvilleLou, NashvilleLou PvP, with a little @ over on YouTube. Welcome to 7-1. That's strictly the play-by-play. If you look up NashvilleLou PvP, you'll find it. It's not that tough to find. 7-1 against a 4. I'm going to go with a bet of 2. I hope that that's going to be a fold by LouFan. The fold. So it'll be 2 points of damage off the flex. Winning with a 1 plate here in round 1. 1 point to my meter for winning the round. An additional 2 for winning with a 1 plate. It happens in Blockchain Brawlers when you play a 1 or a 3 in a round and you win. You get a big boost to your power meter, 5-7. Against a 4 would be a push at worst. That would be 11 points of health remaining for LouFan if that were to be called. 5-7 is the flat out fold. It's the right move, smart move there by LouFan here in round 2. 4 points of damage nonetheless delivered. 25-19 is my lead. My power meter is now at 5. 1-4. Against a 5, I'm going to fold. LouFan with 5 cards, me with 3 cards. Needed to happen. And so I folded. LouFan had a bet of 3, 5, and a 7. So 1 point of damage delivered. And just a power boost, or power meter boost of 1 additional for the next round. They'll be at 2. LouFan, I'll be at 5. I can place, yes, 7-8. 5 cards against 4. Here in round number 4. Against a 7. If they also had 7-8, that would reset my meter. So let's get the most out of it if they're going to do it. With a bet of 3. It's outright fold there by LouFan. We'll now be at 6 cards for the next round, which means the chance to fold and discard everything is an option. 5 points of damage delivered. Winning with a 7-8. 24-14 is my lead. Power meter at 6. 6-8. I got 4 cards against 6. It's the 7. This would lose to 7-8. It would be I would win the match if it's 7-7 and they call me here. I win. If it's a flex, I win the match. 7-8 would lose me the round. Makes me get locked in there. Let's see. Bet of 3 against bet of 3. 7-8. So my meter gets reset. 6 points of damage delivered by LouFan. I lead 18-14. The LouFan now with a power meter of 3. Me with a power meter of 1. They got 6 cards. I got 4 cards. 6-1. Flex. Against the 3. I'm hoping that's a fold. Hoping they're trying to clear the queue, as it were. Go bet a 3. Bet a 3. 3-8. So my flex unsuccessful. 9 points of damage delivered by LouFan. LouFan wins with a 3 play in the round. So the power meter moves to 6 for LouFan. I've got 9 health points left. $5-8. I hate to do it, but I gotta fold. $7-8. So it's the right move to fold. I've done the 3 health points left. LouFan power meter at 7. That's a lot less important at this point. 7-3. I gotta get this power meter turned back on fast. Against a 6. Bet a 3. Bet a 3. If that's not a flex, that's going to be the match for LouFan. That's going to be the match for LouFan. All right, good game, LouFan. LouFan victorious. As much as I hate to end on a losing streak, that's what's going to have to happen. It's a nearly 3-hour-long stream. I'll have this available on VOD, later on YouTube. I've got it recorded locally. And I'll make a highlight of this entire thing, or the beginning to end with whatever extras I can cut out on either side of that cut. But it'll be up here intact and saved for the long term on Twitch, although Twitch is notorious for making those VODs kind of hard to find. I think that's by design, but that's another matter for another day. Thank you, Twitch, for hosting these live streams. And thank you, Tyranno Studios. We're going to have some great shows. I look forward to it. Starting a week from Wednesday night Nashville time, November 30th. I'm excited for the future of this game. I just lost how many matches in a row, and yet here I am looking ahead to fun stuff coming up with it. I'm not happy I lost, but I had competitive matches against great opponents. I'll get it turned around. No doubt about that. But for now, that's going to do it for this broadcast. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Lou Pickney. NashvilleLou Live. Blockchain Brawlers. This game is so much fun. Good times. So with that, thanks for watching. See you next time.